Boom check.
Boom check.
Boom check.
Boom check.
Listen, the Padres did what they needed to do. It
Boom
might not
check.
have been. It might not have been a thing of beauty, but it was from Dylan Cease. And when they needed to score, like you think back to that game 4 or 5 days ago with Michael King, where you waste as good of an outing as you can have. And this was trending that direction. You're like, how have you not taken advantage? Austin Gomber isn't good. Dylan Cease has been unbelievably good. We'll get more into that. And it's 1-1, 2 outs, nobody on the eighth inning. Like, are they going to lose this game? And they didn't, to their credit. Campusano, double. Wadey. Okay, Wadey, the big hit. 2 out, RBI single makes it 2-1. Merrill comes through, Action Jackson. And the Padres hold on. Robert Suarez, it was a bit of an adventure, but he got a double play. Really good play by Xander Bogaerts, by the way, to turn a double play to end the game for the Padres, who move over 500. They beat the hapless Rockies, who have trailed in all 23 games they played this year. And the Padres win at 3-1 in Denver to kick off a 4-game series. So get in here, folks. Let's make your way in. Whether you're here live or on replay, make sure to subscribe. We're trying to get to 6,100 subscribers during this series. We need you. So please subscribe if you are here. We have year-round exclusive Padres content for you. Hit the like button. How many likes do we need tonight, Jim?
Oh, at least 200 plus likes. At
200
least
plus.
200 plus likes for that performance by Dylan Cease tonight. And Wadey coming off the bench with the big clutch hit.
Hitting.
Big clutch hit there when he was struggling. So, 200 minimum likes. We're going to get a bunch of people in this chat right now. A bunch of people watching us. We're a minute in. We were climbing to about 150 people. Everybody that gets in here, just please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And we're off and running.
All right, so follow us on X at John Schaefer at Jim Russell SD. We're going to get to every single super chat. We see some have already rolled in, so we'll get your super chats. Great way to support what we do. We get to every single super. We interact with them. If you've got questions, comments, concerns, whatever it is, click the $ below the chat box. We might need a boom check emoji.
Boom check. We have a Shilty emojis. That's good enough right now.
We do. Click join down below if you want the custom emoji. Shilty, bogey.
Wadey. We don't have a Wadey emoji, unfortunately. He didn't make the cut.
Actually, I think I may have actually. I think I have one. I don't think I've uploaded it, but I actually think I have a Wadey.
You have a Wadey emoji?
I may have a Wadey emoji. This is the Dylan Cease. Now, you tweeted something that's spot on. You tweeted this idea that, when they made the trade, he's an ace for the White Sox, but he's not an ace because the White Sox aren't good. So, maybe he's a top 30 starter, but he's not a top 15. I'm like, no. When you finish second in Cy Young voting, it doesn't matter if you play for the White Sox or if you play for the Yankees. The results are the results. Like, he finished second in Cy Young voting. Now, he took a step back last year, but he finished second in Cy Young voting 2 years ago, and he's in the prime of his career. He's completely in the prime of his career. He's pitched. This is right from Shilty. He pitched his ass off tonight. That's from Shilty tonight, and he did. You saw the tweet from Lynn. This is amazing. Now, there's been a no-hitter at Coors. Nomo had one back in 1996. But this is amazing. Let me just read this because I have to get it right. Dylan Cease is the first pitcher in Coors Field history, which is 30 years old, by the way, to complete at least 7 innings, allow 1 or no hits, and issue 0 walks. End of sentence. He's the first. They've had 30 years of games there. And he's the only to do that. Now, again, there's been a no-hitter because of walks, but 7 innings, 1 or fewer hits, 0 walks. Dylan Cease tonight against, again, a bad Rockies team, but I don't care who's on the Rockies. It's Coors Field. It's at elevation. That was impressive.
Very impressive. His numbers this year so far, John, dominant. I was listening on the way home, and Jesse said something that I almost stopped the car. I was like, wait, whoa, what?
Well, let me hear, because I was in the car at the same time.
So in this game, he gave up 1 hit, correct?
Mm-hmm. The double off the wall.
Double off the wall. He didn't give up a single hit to a right-handed batter. The point that at the point that I listened to, I want you to guess this year, John, what righties have done off of Dylan Cease. I'll wait. Now it's changed. I don't have the exact number, but
I'll say 50.
Try whatever 1 for 48 is. That's what they were this year off of Dylan Cease.
Well, 1 for 50 is 20.
Okay, so he is definitely to right-handed hitters this year.
They're hitting 0.25 off him.
They're hitting 0.25 off him.
Wow. I mean, it's so fun. It's early, but Jesus, this guy's been unbelievable.
And how many people did we see when they traded for Dylan C say, dude, his ERA last year, guys, mid.
It was high.
Yeah, very high ERA. Like, come on, that's 2 years ago. He had that Cy Young caliber type of season. Right. Look at his year last year. It was not good. Bunch of walks. He's like Blake Snell.
Right.
Okay. We both were sitting here saying they got a bona fide ace, a guy that might at times be like Blake Snell, high pitch count, a lot of walks, right? But also a guy that can be dominant and has the stuff to back it up. And that slider, the starters this spring training, they said, watch out, Dylan Cease has a slider back. And that's a pitch he didn't have last year. Also, he was on one of the worst teams in baseball. Also, he had one of the worst defenses in baseball behind him. Also, he's playing, out there thinking to himself probably like, what is going on here? Everyone's allowed to have a down year. But what we all knew about Dylan Cease and what everybody knew about Dylan Cease in that Padres organization that decided to, kind of unload some of their top prospects to get him was that he had the stuff to be an ace, and he has shown it in the past before. And if anybody out there is doubting Dylan Cease, I don't think they're doubting them anymore. And if anybody out there is not willing to say that he's an ace, I don't know what else to tell you, because this guy clearly has ace stuff. And right now, through the first, how many starts does he have this year, John?
He's made 5.
5 starts. And dude has a 1.82 ERA in 29 innings. His whip is 0.74. Is that good?
It's unbelievable.
And his game log so far, John, is let's see here. We got in the last month. All right, this is April. 6 innings, 6 innings, 6 innings, 7 innings. 2 runs, 0 runs, 1 run, 1 run tonight.
Well, he's an innings guy.
Guy's a stud.
Yeah, he's a stud. I mean, listen, this is where I think, and sometimes people say, man, you guys are way too critical of the Padres historically than you should be. Hold on, we're not. This is what we're giving all the credit in the world. I mean, this is an AJ Preller, the old masterclass. He's had a few of them. And the deals, nobody knows what's going to happen, and nobody can predict the future. But you don't get them for 1 year, you get them for 2.
Yeah.
And I don't care what it's going to cost you to give up. When you get a 28-year-old in their prime that's capable of winning a Cy Young, you give it up.
I already forgot who they traded.
You can't play for the future when you got Manny Machado on your team. You don't play for the future when you gave 280 to Xander Bogaerts. You play for now. So, like, they got the chips in there, man. They might not have the same number of chips as they had a year ago when they had Soto and the payroll was way higher. But, man, they got the chips in the table. I mean, they're not waiting on, hey, maybe we'll be good in 2025, or maybe they're trying to win now. I don't know if they're going to or not, but I know this. Nobody's doing anything in this division that scares me yet. It's very early. If the Padres chug along like this, hang around 500, get a game or 2 or 3 over, they're where they need to be. And that's where they are today. Winning a game, they got to win. This is a game that was easily losable. Easily. They won the game. This is a series that heading into, you say, well, it's Coors Field. I know they suck, but can they really take 3 out of 4 against a bad Rockies team? Well, it's a good start. They got the first one.
And it's going to be a hard series just because of the Coors Field factor. Tonight was not a Coors Field game at all.
Not at all.
But when you take Manny Machado out of that lineup, it's gonna look different. What up, Mark?
What up, Mark? Title sponsor Mark Nimitz.
Tonight the bottom of the lineup was awesome. Campy had 2 hits. Iggy had a hit. Wadey coming off the bench with that big clutch hit there in the 8th inning. Axon Jackson with 2 hits there and an RBI. Sugar had a hit as well.
Dude, Profar had a 2-out 0-2 hit to give him a 1-0 lead.
The others came through today. So I wasn't watching when it happened. And that ball that Tatis hit off the wall, could that have been if he sent him inside the Parker, or was it he going to be clearly out? I don't remember that because I was listening on the radio. It's
funny. I need to, you tell us in the chat. I wasn't even thinking about that. truthfully. I mean,
because I was listening and I was like, oh, he might have a shot. And then, and just by the way that Jesse was relaying it on the radio, it felt like, oh my God, he might have a shot at having inside the Parker here.
Well, I would say this, and we're going to get to these supers in a moment. Like someone asked earlier here, why didn't Fernando score on Profar's hit? Because their freaking left fielder, Nolan Jones, threw out 19 guys last year.
Yeah,
he had 19 assists.
He's a rocket arm. He's like Tatis in left field.
Exactly. So that's a good question. I mean, he could have. I guess he could have scored. You know.
Okay. Well. Yeah.
Whatever.
I feel like with Tatis, and we'll move on to this. I feel like with Tatis, you always send him because he can always make something happen because he puts so much pressure on the other team to literally have to be perfect on the relay. And that's why I think in those moments, sending Tatis, I would have done it. I know Tim Leeper, didn't, but I didn't see the play. I always send Tatis and everything. Tatis is the exception. He's the exception on it all. Everybody else I would have not sent, but he's the exception.
Hold on. I'm watching again. Because it's a fair question. No, see, I thought the same thing. When it bounds in like that, he's not scoring. No way.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Because that's fine. I'm just.
Yeah. No, I mean, to your point, there's a chance that it's an errant throw or he does something Superman-like.
Yeah.
But this is what I thought in real time. That's why I didn't think about it until you said it. I'm like, wait, hold on. Inside the park, I watched it. The ball bounds back towards the field, and he's in. By the time the right fielder collects the ball, he's in medium shallow right, where it's just a half decent throw. And Tatis is just kind of at third. I mean, I think just like a lollygag throw.
Okay. And
he's in trouble. Now, again, it's Tatis, so you never know, but that would have probably been quasi-egregious from Tim Leeper, is what I watching it again on replay.
I think if you and that's fine. I mean, it didn't hurt them. They won the game. That's great.
Exactly.
But like if he did send Tatis in that moment and Tatis was thrown out, I don't think anybody would have sat there said like, what the fuck is Tim Leeper doing? You sent Tatis. You're not sending Tyler Wade. You're not sending anybody else. It's Tatis.
The only reason people are like, as I watch it back, I mean, the reason you talk about it, and I never would have thought about it because I watched it live. I didn't realize in real time, Tatis didn't stop until he got the stop sign. But that's Tatis. Like, he's going a million miles an hour. I do think if he runs through the stop sign, my guess is he's out. If it's a bad throw, he's safe. But my guess is he would have been out. Let's get to some of the supers. Guys, as you make your way in, subscribe, all right? We're trying to get to 6,100 subscribers this series. We need you, and we need those likes. Helps with the algorithm. So please like this video. We need 200 plus likes tonight. Padres win 3-1. Thanks for the supers. Let's run through some here and click the $sign below the chat box if you want to weigh in and contribute. Carson says, how was your vacation, John? So that's where we start. It was very good. I mean, people are here for Padres, but it was very good. It was nice. The first time my son was out east to see my mom. So it was really good. I appreciate you asking, Carson. We did everything. My son loved it. So thank you for asking. Thank you for supporting the channel. HBVV, thank you. He said, Manny about to be a Padre. What's that? Got knee out of a Rocky show?
You need to stop like drinking or something. HBVV. I have no idea what the hell you're saying. Thank you for the super chat.
If Jim doesn't know, then it doesn't make sense.
Hold on. Let me just Manny about to be a father. Manny about to be a Padre. Got need out of a Rocky show.
Like he would have had a big series against the Rockies, maybe?
Maybe.
Either way, congratulations to Manny and his wife. I don't know if they've had their child as of yet or not, but he's missing this 4-game series, according to the Union Tribune. He'll be back Friday against the Phillies at Petco.
Yeah. Congratulate. I mean, look, it's your first child. No one's going to bat an eye here to go and be with your wife, and the team will be fine. It's okay. It's going to be fine. And they're playing the Rockies. So perfect series to miss, right?
Hopefully. If they win 3 or 4 better, then yes.
Yes.
James, thank you for the membership. Thank you for the super. He says, we replaced Josh Hader and Blake Snell. Snell rolls with Dylan Cease and Robert Suarez, and it's paid off big time for us. Snell and Hader are having down years. Well, there's no question about that. And Cease and Suarez aren't just having good years. I mean, Cease is like 1 month Cy Young caliber, and Robert Suarez leads baseball in saves. and did allow a leadoff double, did allow 1-out single, but turned a double play ball behind him. And of course, listen, it's an adventure. I think I said today, like, what if they get to the 9th inning?
Some
This
weird
always
shit happens.
It's just this crap happens. But winning run was at the plate, and he turns a double play.
The Blake Snell stuff in the offseason, I maintained I wouldn't sign him and get close to him with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't touch Blake Snell.
Look at this.
I got kicked out of a Rockies postgame show.
I'm not shocked.
Not shocked. I just wouldn't. I would not have re-signed Blake Snell for anything. I mean, it would have to be like a low contract, but there's no way you're getting a low. What the hell?
I put him in timeout. Oh, I didn't remove him. Who banned him?
That's you.
I put him in timeout. Is that banned?
You must have accidentally banned him.
No, I didn't. I think maybe one of our mods did. Because there was like 10 of the same comment.
What was I saying?
Get him back. You know how to get him back in.
I can't do it right now. We have a show. We don't have producers and shit. It's just me and you.
One. Who wants to produce the show?
We have zero money to give you. It's great.
What were you
saying?
Great
job. I was saying, everybody saw Blake Snell sucking this year. Shocker. The Josh Hader stuff, whatever. Closers, I would never pay a closer anywhere close to the amount that Josh Hader got ever.
Mm-hmm.
Never, ever, ever, ever. And the Giants are probably going to be at the end of the season like, shit, I can't believe we did that for Blake Snell. But the good thing for the Giants is they didn't give him a long-term contract. It's basically a 1-year deal, kind of a 2-year deal. So they're not like in hell with like a 7-year contract. It's just a 2-year deal, and they'll probably after this season and next year they'll be done with him because Blake Snell is a guy that's had only 2 good seasons in his entire career. Shocker, he's not off to a good start. Shocker, he's probably gonna have a bad season.
Yeah, no, it's not surprising. I'm with you on Snell. I mean, I'm a little surprised at the numbers. I mean, the numbers are awful, and I don't think he'll be that all year. The Hader thing is actually surprising to me because Hader's just dominant. I mean, he's had a bad month. We saw it with the Padres, but he's pretty dominant. I wouldn't expect it to continue all year. I really wouldn't with someone like Josh Hader, but there's a reason, to your point. I mean, you don't really buy high. Like, you just got a Cy Young season from Snell, so why would you pay him off that if you don't fully trust him? And you're not going to give Josh Hader the richest contract in baseball history for a reliever. If you're the Padres, when you just had him and you went 82-80. Like, you had this dominant reliever and you went 82-80. So you know he's not worth $20 million a year because it doesn't guarantee you really anything. So listen, this is where AJ Preller's got to get credit. I mean, we can criticize maybe his bench right now, although he's getting production from it, whether we like it or not. Guys like Rosario, guys like who the hell Zokar has been unbelievable. He's always on base. He doesn't play, but he's always on base. So, again, the Dylan Cease trade is overly significant. The Robert Suarez signing, again, it wasn't a great year last year, but I mean, he can't pitch better than he's pitching.
I mean, a reliever that AJ Preller signed to a big-time contract is actually living up to that big-time contract. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
How many people in their bullpen have a sub-1 ERA? 4? It's crazy. De Los Santos,
100%.
Peralta, Matsui, Suarez, all sub-1 ERAs right now.
Hey, Hot Wheels 84. Let me get to this. Just relax. Okay. That's not what we said. Find the clip and send it to us. PadresWrapUpShow@gmail.com. And you can timestamp it. I'll watch it. It says, John and Jim both said Suarez was not going to be a trustworthy closer since the Harper home run. Don't let them fool you. He wasn't a closer when the Harper home run happened. Nobody said he shouldn't be a closer off the Harper home run. We credited Harper. The only conversation was, do you go down with Suarez, the rookie in 2022, who was dominant, or do you go down with the elite closer? That I don't even know if he was up and warming because now I already forget kind of the circumstance with 1 out, I think, in the 8th inning. But it wasn't about, Suarez can't close because he allowed a home run to Bryce Harper. Nobody said that. No, I mean, that was never, ever, ever said. Now, were we down on him last year? Yeah, probably. You should have been. If you weren't down on Robert Suarez last year, then you weren't paying attention. But nobody said he's not going to be a closer because of what happened with Bryce Harper in Game 5 of the NLCS.
What the fuck? We never said that.
Revisionist, dumb, revisionist history. And again, we say a lot of things. We talk for 4 hours a day on the radio or doing this. So like, yeah, if you're gonna take one snippet of one thing that one person may have said in one instance, sure. But we didn't say that.
What I said in the offseason was
he's never saved a game in his career.
You need Robert Suarez to be 2022 Robert Suarez. And all last year you guys said it. Yeah, no shit, because he sucked last year.
He wasn't even the closer last year. Did he even have a save opportunity last year? They didn't even put him in that situation. They had Josh Hader.
And of course, we had questions because the guy was not good last year. And then he got signed to this big contract. And you're thinking to yourself, shit, here we go again. Right. And I mean, here's the thing. This is what pisses me off. Is that doing what we do, okay, we're always going to be caught in a situation where we might say something and then people like Hot Wheels 84 is going to be like, you said this, you said that a year ago. Guess what? Things change, okay? Opinions can change. And with new information, new opinions are made. So
we didn't even say that.
Because something may have been said, and again, I don't even think we said it, but if I said right now, they should try to get rid of Xander Bogaerts because he's not good.
Right. And then he goes on and hits the rest of the year.
Goes on and hits. And I'm like, glad they didn't do anything with him. Glad he's hitting. Glad he's performing because that's what they need. And Bogaerts has been amazing. And then people are going to be like, you said they should trade him.
No, we offered our opinion.
At the moment of the opinion that's being made, he was sucking. Now, I have not said that. I'm just using that as an example. But
I'll give you one. And I mean, again, it's not about saying anything definitively. It's not about stupid. It's not about being definitive, but like, did I have questions about Jackson Merrill's ability to switch positions and play every day in the big leagues? Yeah, I did. Guilty as charged. But there's not a lot of examples of 21-year-olds making the leap he made, changing positions, being asked to do what he's done or do and contribute the way he has. Now it's 25 games. It's been a very good 25 games. He deserves all the credit in the world. He's proven a lot of people wrong. But I mean, that's called sports. I mean, nobody can predict the future. We can offer our opinions, but nobody said definitively Robert Suarez can close. That's just not accurate. It's just not.
We cover the team on a daily basis every day of the year. We're not fanboys. All right. We're not sitting here being fanboys. We're being, critical when need to be critical, and we're praising when they deserve the praise, and we're taking you on a journey, and we're giving you our opinions on this team.
Hot Wheels. Listen, I respect your opinion, but if you don't have to be here, if you don't like us, that's fine. I don't expect everyone to like us. I really don't. And there's other outlets for you if you're looking for something else. So go elsewhere if you want to go somewhere else.
Don't know anything. Bro, we're a fucking Padres channel. We don't cover the Guardians. We don't cover the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that over the course of our day, we're sitting around watching Guardians Reds when we're prepping for a show and then prepping for another show? You tell me. Caleb Church, thank you. But thanks for watching. We're not going to ban you. No, because you disagree with our opinion.
Just.
But you don't have to be here. I guess is the point.
Mods, keep him in the chat. It's fine. I don't
keep him in the chat. Don't get rid of him. Don't get rid of him. Caleb, thank you. Says, are you concerned with our run production lately? I would say yes to that. I would. I think they came in 2 for the last 27 with men in scoring position. They were 3 of 10 today. They had some timely clutch 2-out RBI hits today. Things you love to see. 2-out RBI hits. They had a few of those here today. But I don't know if concern's the right word. It's just factual. They haven't really scored here recently, Jim. Last 4 or 5 games, 6-3 yesterday against Toronto. The 3 games before that, they didn't score. 3 runs today, but in a win. Yeah, I mean, the offense hasn't been overly impressive in the last week.
No, these types of games, though, I was talking about this last night. I was like, you gotta see if you can win like a low scoring game. Now, I didn't think it was going to happen at Coors Field, right? But, the 3-2 games, the 2-1 games, the 2-0 games, like, the last 3 weeks here, all of their wins have come off of them having big offensive outbursts. And so while that's awesome and great, you're going to have to win the low scoring 3-1 games, 2-1 games, 3-2 games. And tonight, albeit crazy how it was at Coors Field. They got the low scoring game, the low scoring win, and it's just nice to see because you're going to have to grind out some wins. You're going to have to grind out games where you don't have it on offense, and you have to have it where you do come up with a big pinch hit. You do come up with that big hit late in the game. And they did that tonight, and that's nice to see. You're not complaining about it. You actually, I think, coming out of this game, this is a more impressive win than like a 10-2 win at home versus the whoever. In my
I
opinion.
don't complain about wins. I mean, it's just
me neither.
It's too hard of a. It's just too hard of a sport. And again, I don't think they have the best roster in baseball. So if and everyone predicted them to win, around baseball, Vegas and projection sites, they're projected to win 82, 83 games. So you're not going to complain about wins. They're not supposed to win 100 games this year. So
they won 89 games, 1-0. Everyone would take it.
Yeah, exactly. Richard, thank you, man, for the super. He's a Dodger fan. He says even though Manny is public enemy number one, he's talking about in L.A., I'll never question his effort during the rain delay. I watched him sign for a bunch of kids in Los Angeles. And again, something like this, I mean, this is kind of a non-baseball conversation, Manny and his wife having a child. So I think we can all agree that, that's a positive regardless of your fandom. But in regards to Manny being, this is an interesting conversation we've had a zillion times. He is public enemy number one, not just in LA. He absolutely transcends baseball. He's very polarizing. He's very unliked outside of San Diego, I would say. I think that's very fair. I think he's somewhat of a national figure in a local sport, a little bit like a Bryce Harper. I think Manny Machado definitely resonates with baseball fans, maybe not all sports fans, but baseball fans. And, it's nice to have him on your team. I'm sure if he wasn't on the Padres, there'd be a lot of Padres fans that probably didn't like him either. To be honest, I don't know how many people were enamored with him when he played for the Dodgers that half year, but since he's here, there is that love-hate relationship, I would say, with, Padres fans and the rest of baseball with Machado.
Speaking of Harper, did you know that he went on paternity leave today as well?
Yep, earlier in the day.
They are like parallel in their careers.
It is crazy.
Drafted same year, free agent the same year, met in the postseason. They have, I wouldn't say identical numbers. I think Harper's better, but a lot of parallels between him and Manny for sure. The one thing that they've both been to a World Series, and the one thing that Manny does not have that Harper does have is those MVPs.
Correct.
But other than that, I mean, they're pretty similar.
Well, we could have, I mean, I don't know if today is that conversation, but it's an interesting conversation because they're tied together, in free agency.
We've had that conversation before, and
it's not necessarily for today.
And look, everybody loves Manny in the chat. Every Padres fan loves Manny Machado. Manny Machado is one of the best players in all of baseball. But coming from an unbiased opinion, like I would choose Harper over Manny as far as like careers have gone so far. As far as the player goes, it's a tough one because Manny brings something that Harper doesn't. That's on the defensive side. But also Harper has come up with some like big time clutch moments.
Clutch. He's been
very clutch.
Again, he's still looking for a World Series like Manny is. So at the end of the day, that really high bar,
right?
They both need. I mean, they both signed massive deals. I mean, certainly in Philadelphia, you have to win a World Series if you're Bryce Harper, and you could argue in San Diego for you to really punch that forever legacy. It'll separate you from everyone else that's played here.
But here's the thing: they're both fantastic players. So if anybody's taking that out of context, and if anybody says, "Oh, you hate Manny Machado because you think Bryce Harper might be better," stop it.
No, they're both great players. I mean, you start getting to the top 1% of the game and you're having some, real conversations and you're choosing between two good things. Jamar, thank you for the super chat. Guys, if you're here, subscribe. We're trying to get to 6,100 subscribers. Smash that like button for us. Looking for 200 likes tonight. Thank you for the supers. Just click the $ below the chat box like Jamar did. Thank you, man. He says, I tune in just to hear John and Jim say bogey, Wadey, Shilty, Toddy, etc. Makes me laugh each time. Great win. Need Manny back. Too many errors at third basey. Thank you, Jay Mari. Appreciate you, dude.
Thanks, Jay Mar. And if you are a member, you can put in the chat right now a Shilty emoji, a bogey emoji, a Toddy emoji for our buddy Jay Mar here. So yeah, check that out. But
yes,
you've mentioned it, and you have a strong stance on this about not Harper, about Manny needing to be back in the field for this team because they desperately need it, and it's like it makes them better.
Well, it's here. I'm trying to give another. First of all, I think it's a lot different. You have to understand, like a DH's role in a game, it isn't near. It's just different. You're like
You
out
can
on an
impact the
island.
game differently, yeah.
Manny's even talked about it. So yes, you can impact the game drastically. Of course, you can hit 2 home runs as a DH, just like you can as a third baseman. I just think there's something about being the player that he is. Like you said earlier, he's a brilliant defender. This is something Bryce Harper doesn't really provide to a team. Like you want all of Manny. You don't even want 90% of it. You want all. You want him in the field. You want him contributing. I think it makes him a better hitter, would be my guess, if he's playing in the field. Now, it's also a higher workload, and that's something to consider. But I mean, I certainly would want Manny in the field if I had a legit DH I could plug in every single day. Manny right now, DHing kind of makes sense because you don't have a DH. But I think they absolutely have to get him into the field sooner rather than later. I don't want to see him DH for 150 games. I think it takes away some of his value. Not some of his value, a lot of his value, truthfully. So I hope we see him in the field sooner rather than later, assuming he's healthy.
And every game that goes by where you look at the bottom of this lineup and you have Eggy Rosario out there or Wadey out there, and they go, 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored combined, you take that and you don't say a word. You just, thank you, great. No errors tonight, perfect. Made all the routine plays, perfect. Got a couple hits, perfect. Got a big RBI, perfect. You take whatever you get from those two guys, because those are the two guys right now are going to be playing third base. And Grant Pauly will now be sitting there still like, what the fuck do I have to do to get on this field?
True. Yeah, it's an interesting conversation. What sometimes happens, just real quick, and we'll get to Mark Nemitz, is nothing's magnified or like nothing's exposed until it is, if that makes sense. Let me explain. They've played 25 games. Sometimes over 25 games, you don't get the same feel you get over 50.
The 3-game losing streak?
Say that again.
The 3-game losing streak?
Yeah, which we've seen one time.
I'm just saying, like, I'm going to your point. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, my point being that, and this isn't to credit or discredit anyone. I guess the example I'm using is it's one thing to see Jurickson Profar produce for 25 games. It's another to produce for 125. But that's what separates a Machado. These guys are all great. It's Major League Baseball. But I'm saying separators are over 150. You do look up at the end of the year, and someone has been able to maintain or get somewhere where other players can have a good month and then a bad month. And the bad month negates their good month and tears everything away. The elite players, the really capable players, can fend off that. They can slump yet still produce over the course of 150 or 160. Other players can have good 3 weeks. A lot of guys have had good 3 weeks. But the separator is like 3 weeks to 3 months, and then the separator 3 months to 6 months. You all know what I'm talking about if you watch baseball. So what I'm saying is it's a credit to the Padres and Mike Schill, AJ Preller, and the players on the team that they've avoided any level of being exposed, so to speak. They're 13-12. They don't have a perfect roster. We've been critical of their bench. They have rookies that are contributing and producing to their credit. But I'm asking this, and I think it's a fair question. Can the players that they're putting in a role that might be uncomfortable or asking a lot of, can those players continually do it over and over and over again for 6 months for a winning team? That's the question.
Yeah. And I think they have, they're going to have opportunities to show it. I think you could sit here and say, yeah, they could do it, contingent on the stars being the stars, because the more pressure you put on day in and day out for these guys to perform, the harder it's going to get when they don't. Tonight kind of spits in the face of what I just said there, but Tyler Wade, like Tatis had that triple, Bogey didn't do anything, Kim didn't do anything, Profar had a good game. But and Tyler Wade was the hero tonight. but is he always going to be the hero? Like, they're going to need to have the superstars be the superstars and thank their lucky whatever that Tyler Wade was in a situation tonight. That was a big moment and he came through. But to ask him to do it like all the time, like what you're saying, John, it's tough to say at the end of the year. He played 150 games. Okay. But,
it's possible. We've
possible.
Seen guys do it, but you're asking.
I just think if you at the end of the year see Tyler Wade playing 150 games, be like, I don't know if that's good or not.
Right, and that's not going to happen. Right. Let's thank our title sponsor here on the wrap-up show, and thanks, guys, for hanging out with us, whether you're here live or on replay. We can't do it without your support. We can't do it without the support of Mark Nimitz, our title sponsor, and all of our partners here on the wrap-up show. But I've been telling you for years, if you've got any insurance needs, contact Mark. Click the link in the description down below. He's with us here tonight. He's an amazing insurance agent. I've got a homeowner's life insurance and earthquake insurance policy with Mark. He's going to take care of you. He's going to save you money. And if you ever need him, like I did in 2022, he's going to save you time and money, and a lot of time and a lot of money. He had to save us thousands of dollars, thousands, when we had a flood in here in 2022. He's a great insurance agent. You can take that from us, whatever it is, auto, home, renters, life, earthquake, right? He's got you covered. He's a lifelong Padres fan. He's a native San Diegan. He loves this channel. He loves the Padres. So if you support our channel, if you have any insurance need before you renew, auto insurance, which comes up every year, any of these insurance policies, before you renew, call Mark. He'll talk to you about the Padres and he'll save you money.
Yeah, go there right now to the bottom of the ticker, his email address, mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to our buddy Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the wrap-up show sent you.
I'm trying to think what else has been. I don't even know where we are in this night. Dylan Cease. Have we even talked about Dylan? I mean, we have, but have we really?
Yeah.
I mean, have we really? Because I'm seeing people, and it's not even about the chat, but this whole, oh, well, Darvish is on the IL, or, oh, your number 5 starter. Guys, every team in baseball has holes in the rotation. Every single one of them. There's not one team that 1 through 5 is going to have 5 pitchers with a sub-3 ERA. There's just not to make 30 starts. It's just not going to happen. So I think considering the circumstances, they kind of have what they need, do they not? I mean, you're counting on Musgrove to be like he pitched 2 years ago. You're counting on Darvish to get back and be healthy. You're counting on Dylan Cease, which is a good thing. You're counting on Michael King. I think it's a good thing. Like, that's not my concern. I'm not concerned about the rotation for the Padres right now. Are you?
Not at all. Especially when you have Dylan Cease pitching like this and Michael King, who, his last start, you saw, oh, he's got that. Like, okay, now just become consistent. Don't have the roller coaster ride. The Waldrons and the Vasquezes and, the Britos, like, you're not always no one can expect every single time out for those guys to give you like 5 1/3 of 1 run. You're going to have games where they go 4 2/3 and they give up 4 runs. But that's when the offense needs to step up and help those guys out. And as long as you have the ace, which is Dylan Cease, you have the consistency of Joe, hopefully. And then if King can become, more consistent as well, teams would love to have a rotation of Cease, Musgrove, and King, and 2 other guys that they put in there. It's an added bonus that, if Yu Darvish is pitching well, is too. If Yu Darvish comes back and he starts pitching well, couple that with Dylan Cease, what he's doing, couple that with Michael King, if he can get on consistent path. Look at Musgrove. I believe in Musgrove. I said at the beginning of the year, they have an opportunity to have a really, really good rotation. Maybe if they're all clicking, one of the best in the National League. And it starts with health, but Dylan Cease is leading the way. I mean, again, anybody at the beginning of the year that was, pushing back on him being an ace and saying that because of what he did last year, bad trade or what? Okay, now what are you saying? Right?
Yeah, and like I'm seeing like Faulty Spark in the chat, and again, I respect the opinion, but he's saying our rotation is B tier at best with you healthy. But is that bad? Okay, I mean, I haven't looked at all the rotations in baseball, I'm not saying the Padres have the best, but they have a top third rotation in baseball when healthy. They do. And they had really good rotation stats in 2023. They had top 5 rotation in baseball in 2023. Now they went 82 and 80, but I mean,
people would take Michael King as their 4 starter.
Yeah, so I'm saying like a B. Are we saying B like in a letter grade? That's good. Like, I don't think that's a problem. If they've got a B rotation as opposed to an A, okay, that's good enough. I would think.
If not Michael King, if Dylan Cease continues to pitch like this for the rest of the season, and you have Musgrove, King, and Darvish come back and they're healthy,
then you're gonna have higher than B.
No shot as a B rotation.
I agree.
No shot. Not even.
Now again, that still has like a little bit of a leap because Darvish does have to be healthy.
I
and
agree.
Musgrove does have to do pitch
big ifs.
Well, but it's possible. I agree that it's possible. Harv, thanks, man, for the super. Is this from the UK?
Oh, sweet.
Wait, does the UK? What is that? Is that the euro or is that the freaking?
I think it might be euro.
What the hell do we use in the UK now? Because aren't they out of the
I don't know,
EU?
John.
I'm asking Jim.
You're asking me?
No. What are they using? What are they using in England?
Again, you're asking me?
No, I'm not. But I'm asking the chat, and I'm asking Harv.
It's pounds.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
But they got rid of pounds for forever because of the euro, but now it's back because of Brexit. Remember that, Jim?
No.
Yeah, I know you've been watching. He says, Aniel de los Santos, Delo, if you will, has incredible aura. He does. I'm a fan.
Big fan. He the second he was traded for Scott Barlow, the immediate, I think we had a wrap-up show. It was like,
because of that, did we?
No, there's not much happening.
Yeah.
Maybe we didn't. I don't know. They basically got a Scott Barlow for $5 million cheaper.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And De Los Santos used to be in the Padres organization.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So I like their bullpen, John.
I like their bullpen.
Dude, I mean, I'm just going to look at their bullpen right here real quick and just read off you some numbers here, because I'm really hoping at the end of the year I can retweet my top 5 bullpen in baseball tweet from the beginning of the season and be like, I was right.
Yeah.
Hold on here. Chain. All right. So we got. All right, Hideki Mats. Why do I keep saying Hideki? Fucking idiot.
Yeah, everyone's been criticizing.
I know. Yuki Matsui, moron. Yuki Matsui, right now, 1.64 ERA, 12 games pitched, 2-0 with a 1.18 whip. You have Adrian Morejon, only 4 games pitched, 2.08 ERA. All right. Obviously, Robert Suarez here, 0.84 ERA, 10 games pitched. Leads the team in saves. De Los Santos, who we just talked about, 11 games pitched, 0.96 ERA. Tom Cosgrove, he had one big blow up. Okay. 11 games, 6 runs. So take out the 6 runs, it's different.
Right.
I mean, he's got a 10.38 ERA, but it's the 6 runs that hurt him there. Stephen Kolek, he's been better of late. The guy that I said should be off the team, better of late. 4.09 ERA and 10 games pitched. It's a solid, long man guy, right? That's really good. And then Wandy Peralta down here as well. You have 12 games pitched, 0.82 ERA. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 guys, the back of your bullpen, all with like a sub 2 ERA right now.
Is that good?
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm going to say this. Last year I said it earlier, remember? People criticized me. I said, I'm telling you, this team ain't it. How many times did I say that in like May? I just had a feel. I had a feel it wasn't right.
This team's got potential, man.
I got a feel on this team that I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yep.
So I was kind of pessimistic on last year's team. I just didn't see it. And this team, again, I don't think they're perfect. I think they're flawed, but some of it I was kind of like their like rough around the edges feel and the fact that they can overcome deficits and they can play like they did today. And I feel like a year ago they lose this game and tonight they win this game. Like, and again, the 8-0 games last year, give me a break. The game was over at 3-0. And they've already had a couple of these wins where you're like, you felt as if they were left for dead. So again, it's cautious. We're entitled to change our opinions. Things can change, but I'm cautiously optimistic on this team because they don't remind me of last year's team, even though they have an identical record. Last year, 12-13. This year, 13-12. But I don't think they feel the same from a team perspective to me, and that's why I'm encouraged and optimistic.
No, I'm with you. They don't feel anywhere close to last year's team. They have a grittiness to them so far. We'll see how long that grittiness will take them. And looking at the National League, it's going to be a dogfight. It just is
Completely
because the amount of teams that are bunched up that you could all see making the postseason this year. Again, a couple might separate themselves from the pack, but I mean, Philly, Chicago, Cincinnati, the Mets. Watch out for Washington. Sneaky. Watch out for Washington.
Arizona,
the Giants, Padres.
Yeah, and the thing, I'm excited to see the 6-game homestand Phillies Reds, which is on the other side of this. We got to get through this, but Phillies Reds is pretty intriguing. Phillies have won 7 straight. Reds have been good, not great, but they've been good. Right. People are high on them as well. Like that's a pretty, I don't know, exciting, I guess, homestand. I just want to see what happens. I mean, do they take advantage of it? Do they? So I mean, it's kind of there. If you go 3-1 here. And by the way, they could do better, they could do worse. But let's just say they go 3-1. I think it's very possible they win 2 of the next 3 games. So you're 2 games over. You're coming home. You got that's an opportunity against good teams to see where you're at. Let's say you do go 4-2 there, or 3-3 or better, and all of a sudden you look up like you're starting to be the team we were hoping they could be heading into May with a little bit of momentum, maybe 2, 3, 4 over. Like that's all right in front of them here with the Rockies and then the 6-game homestand.
That's what I said. At the end of this month, you're 4 games over 500. That's the type of start that I was looking for this team to have after the first month of the year. I felt and still feel, while we get farther and farther away from 2023, thank God, from the baseball season, I just feel and felt that like having a good start to this year was so vital for this team, just to wipe this slate completely clean. Because I mean, again, we still have a handful of games here to go in the month, but hopefully we're looking up at the end of the month and they're 3 games over, 4 games over 500, even a couple games over 500. I would still take, and that I think could go a good amount of ways here for the Padres.
Yeah, I just don't think that off last year they could have been like the Astros this year and gotten off to 7-16. Maybe the Astros can do that. Maybe the Astros can start 7-16 and have a good season because the Astros have been the Astros. But I don't think the Padres could have started this year 7-16 and anyone would have any feeling other than
sky's falling.
The world's on fire.
Fire everybody. Everybody.
So they could. I don't think they could overcome 7-16. So to get off to a start that's over 500 through a month, again, gives them a shot. Lonato, thank you for the very generous super.
Thank you,
Lonato. Very kind super. Lonato saying a loyal podcast listener, very cool. Just logging in for the first time live to send a super, and thank you for the solid content. That is super cool. We really appreciate you doing that. By the way, for our viewers, again, you can always watch on replays. Everyone knows. But you can also listen to the podcast. Okay, so click the link in the description down below. There's an audio-only edition of the wrap-up show. I post it immediately after the wrap-up show comes to an end each and every night. So if you want the audio, because maybe you're on a run, you're in your car, you're not looking for the video, but you want the audio, you can do that as well by clicking the link in the description down below. But thank you, Lonato. That is very kind of you, and we appreciate you hanging out. Let's get back to one of our partners here on the wrap-up show, our friends over at Aura. I took the probiotic earlier today, as I do every single day. I've taken it for over 2 years. They've got all plant-based products. They're based in San Diego. Their co-founder, Will, is a huge fan of this channel. He's a huge Padres fan. He's a native San Diegan, and they've got offices right here in Liberty Station. But we absolutely love this company, and you will as well if you check them out at ora.organic or by clicking the link in the description down below. They've got something for everyone. They're all plant-based, healthiest stuff you're going to find. The probiotic for digestion, which is incredible. They've got pre-workout supplements. They have proteins for after workouts. If you're taking a fish oil, take an omega-3 oil, get the same health benefit from Aura. And they have sleep and immunity pills. And I took their sleep pill last night, and I slept like a baby, which I think is a good thing because my son, who's now 5, sleeps well. Anyway, ora.organic, plant-based nutritional products. If you're looking to get healthier and support the channel for yourself or your family, check them out by clicking the link below.
Yep. Go there right now, www.ora.organic. They have everything you need to live that healthy lifestyle that you crave. Probiotics for good gut health. They have the protein powder, which is featured here on the screen. That is amazing for post-workout shakes, for just, starting your day shakes. Put some berries, put like a banana in there, put a little bit of spinach, and then you put some protein powder in that, John. Put a little milk in that thing.
Wait,
Bada
are you
bing,
saying
bada
in
boom.
that John, like in that comma Jon, or in that John, like JAWN?
Oh, I was referring to you, not John.
Okay. The way you said it, I'm like, why are you saying that?
Put it in that John, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, John. Yeah.
That's what I thought you were saying.
I just created a delicious protein shake for everybody out there. So
I love that.
Go there right now, www.ora.organic, and you will thank us later. Look at this. Look at this from Rome Loves Dan. Oops. Hold on.
I love that.
Had an Aura vanilla protein shake for dinner. Perfect. Dude, love it.
Honestly, guys, I mean, if you saw my fridge, my wife kind of laughs at me. I have so many of their products.
Yeah.
And you will too. Just check them out. Click the link in the description down below or go to ora.organic. By the way, when I look at this series and how it like unfolds, and you got Michael King tomorrow, and it'll be interesting. Waldron and Vasquez, right? Games.
They're interesting. But the Rockies,
so you got to win one.
Do suck.
But, right. The Rockies, I mean, I think they put it up on TV. They've trailed in 23 consecutive games. It's hard to do. Is it the longest stretch a team has had in like 100 years? It's something crazy.
Maybe.
I mean, it's been very, 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 very bad. Here's the thing. You expect their pitching to suck, and it does. But it's their offense. I mean, they fall out of bed historically and hit even when they're bad. And they were bad last year. We had Kyle Newman from the Denver Post on with us earlier today on John and Jim. He covers the team. He's like, they lost 100 games for the first time in franchise history. I figured maybe they'd be a game or two better this year. He's like, I think now they're going to be 5 or 10 games worse.
Their worst team. Yeah.
They're just, and again, it's 23 games. I mean, even the A's last year, I had that long winning streak, but
who's pitching tomorrow for the Rockies? Yeah, they do.
Feltner.
Tomorrow you got Feltner.
But you got to win with King. And none of these guys' numbers are any good. They got who was just placed on the IL that we talked about earlier today? Freeland, Kyle Freeland, who's a good veteran pitcher.
TBD on Wednesday. That pitcher
who's thrown well.
He's thrown well, yeah.
He's their best pitcher. Yep. So again, I look at it this way, and Dakota Hudson on Thursday. I look at it this way: win tomorrow because you got Michael King, and then just split with Waldron and Vasquez. Again, you'll get after if they start 2-0 in this series, I'll be like, sweep the series. Right now, I'm still content with 3 out of 4. If they start 2-0, I'll be like, can you sweep the series? It won't be easy with Waldron and Vasquez, but the Rockies suck, and you have to win the series. Is what I would say. Again, not like the season is going to be on the line, but you got to win this series. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Is this Kimu Maki? Thank you. Is this for Japanese yen? We've had English pounds. We've had Japanese yen. We've had the American dollar, Jim. In the US we use dollars.
Yes.
Would you have been able to get that this was a Japanese yen with this symbol?
No shot.
I thought so.
We've had pesos as well from our buddy Carlos.
We have. We absolutely have. Is the currency peso?
I don't know. Sorry. I probably not. I should probably stop talking. I don't know.
Kimu Maki, thank you. He says, how's my boy Yuki Matsui doing? He's been great. Any chance Matsui becomes a starter? Probably he's better than Kikuchi. Here's the thing. He's not starting here. I don't know what his future holds. He's been a very reliable reliever to this point for the Padres. He's been very encouraging. I think Padres fans are very high on Yuki Matsui.
Very high. He's been great. He's come up in some huge moments this year, and he's come through for this team in a big way. He is definitely part of the A team with this bullpen. Absolutely, him. So you got Yuki, De Los Santos, Wandy Peralta, and Robert Suarez. Those are the four main guys at the back end of that bullpen. Cosgrove is a situational guy for tough lefties, and I'm cool with that. And then Kolek is the long guy, right?
Which is fine. You're gonna have to have someone, right?
Brito's kind of a mystery. I don't even know if they truly know what to do with Brito.
I like his upside, but I don't think they know either right now.
And then Morahone as well is kind of working his way into becoming a more reliable guy out of this bullpen. So they have a lot of lefties out of the bullpen. I think it'd be nice to add a flamethrower righty. I think that's what they hoped Johnny Brito could be. That the guy that just pumps heat, as a right-handed pitcher. But I mean, you got Yuki, you got Wandy, you got Cosgrove, and you got Morahone, all lefties. Like they don't have many righties that besides Suarez to come in that bullpen.
It's a good point. Thank you though for the super, and yeah, thanks for checking in because Matsui has been, he's been significant. He's been a nice piece for the Padres. There's no question about it. I like Chad saying it's the international wrap-up show. Just a quick aside. I love this from Steven. I saw this earlier, or heard this earlier. Again, it's a small sample. No hitter in baseball has a higher batting average in road games than Jackson Merrill. Now, I don't know how many plate appearances that is, but the Padres have played more games than other teams. But 447, I don't care how many plate appearances it is. I mean, even at 30 plate appearances, that's super impressive. We talked about it earlier today, Jim, when we were in the studio just watching, I don't know, at a break or at the end of the show. Like the guy gives you a shot because he puts the ball in play. And he is the king of batting average on balls in play right now. I don't know if that will continue or not. And it's not just pure luck. I mean, he's hit the ball hard too, but he's had big moments. Even tonight at 2-1 to give you that insurance and make it 3-1 with 2 outs. He's had some clutch 2-out RBI hits this year, a number of
them. So actually, Steven, you're wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now, I think you put an away game here for the Korean series, maybe?
One of the two.
Okay. 11 away games played for Jackson Merrill. All right. 42 total at-bats.
Mm-hmm.
He's hitting 452 with a 1,000 OPS.
Wow. So what does that mean he's hit at home?
175.
Weird. Again, small sample.
It's your theory, John. Petco sucks.
Petco's but Petco this year, to your point, has actually been better in terms of a hitter's yard. There's no question about it. But that's whatever it is, we'll take it, right?
Steven, I know you didn't factor into tonight's game because he went 2 for 4 tonight. So add 4 plate appearances and 2 hits. He's 19 for 42 on the road.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
By the way, our friends at Underdog Fantasy, you may notice on screen above Jim's head.
What is this? What's this?
The front of Jim's head, not the back of it, is that Scan Me QR code from Underdog Fantasy. We always tell you, hey, go to underdogfantasy.com and use promo code PodRap. Just take out your phone. Now, you might be watching us on your phone, so it's hard to take out your phone if you're watching us on your phone. I don't even know how to do that, Jim. What do you do if you're watching on a phone?
Your SOL?
You go to underdogfantasy.com. But if you're watching on a laptop or an iPad and you've got your phone next to you, scan it like you do any QR code and then use promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, and you get the 100% deposit match up to $100. And then you play along on pick'ems all season long like me and Jim do, and you win. We've been having so much fun doing this. It's so easy and simple. I mean, Jim's had some huge wins this season. You can combine sports. I mean, it's as simple as this, like higher or lower. Is Kevin Durant going to score 26.5 points or not against the T-Wolves? Higher, right?
Okay, sure.
I'm just saying it. And then you click on MLB and you find.
It's just me.
What's that?
I would have picked Anthony Edwards. That's just me.
Okay, well, hold on. You want to go Anthony Edwards? I'll go Anthony Edwards.
What's Anthony Edwards got in that game?
How about higher than 7.5 first quarter points or higher than 25.5 total points?
Higher than 25.5 total.
Okay, so let's get rid of Durant.
Okay.
And then let's go to MLB. Let's find our Padres.
Okay.
Here they are. Michael King against this Rockies team.
How many strikeouts? 5.5?
Higher than 5.5 strikeouts, and that's a pretty big number.
Higher than 5.5 strikeouts.
Okay. All right. I hear you. And hey, is Toddy going to homer tomorrow?
How about go higher than a single or total bases?
I like total base if I can get it. We're still okay. Well, he's only got lower than 1.5 total bases. Hold on. Stand by. X to hit a home run is 5.25 to 1.
I don't know if I'd go that route.
Neither would I. Hold on. I mean, you could go with the the Charlie Blackmon play just because. I'm just looking at who.
Charlie Blackmon. You could give a half higher than a half total base for Charlie Blackmon.
Okay.
He just destroys the Padres.
Well, that's 1.5 total bases.
Ugh.
I know that kills you.
Ugh.
I know.
Give him a double. Give him a double.
Double?
Give him a double.
Okay, 2 times on a double. He had one tonight. If that hit, 20 pays 240. That's 12 to 1. Just going 3 for 3.
But
that's
be soft.
If you go 3
standard.
for 3.
There you go.
Yeah, that's 240. If you go flex, it can still pay 120. So that's what we're talking about. By the way, you want to add in a fourth play? I'm going to do it right now. I want to add in. Stand by. Oh yeah, Profar. Give me a Profar
single. Higher than a single.
Give me a single on Proe. And 20 pays 400. You 20 to 1. And if you insure it, which means you get 3 out of 4 right, you could still win
240.
So guys, this is what you got to be doing it. We're playing every single day. Underdog Fantasy, or scan that QR code on screen. Use promo code PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. You're getting that 100% deposit match, Jim, up to $100. Free money, as you've been saying.
Free money to win real money. Scan the QR code. If you are watching us on your phone right now, take your significant other's phone and scan it with their phone. And then on your phone, download the Underdog Fantasy app. Use promo code PODSWRAP. Your first $100 deposited will be matched, so you have $100 free dollars to play with to win real money. Just like right here, you go 5 for 5 or 4 for 4, excuse me, on whatever John's picks were here with Anthony, Edwards, Michael King, Blackmon, and Proe. $20 can get you 400. Guys, come on.
I think the biggest I've hit on so far this season, it's only April, is like 220 or 240 in terms of dollars. But Jim's hit on a couple of. Did you hit on a 600? You've hit on a couple 400 plus.
The most I've hit on has been. Let me just double check.
Yeah, we can check our histories.
My history, by the way, my transaction history is not pleasant to look at.
What do you mean?
A lot of losses, but my biggest payout was $412.
Okay, now we're talking. But
like here, just like if you see,
I know, and the app is great. I was gonna say I'm in the app right now. I mean,
a lot of losses here, guys, but also some big time wins. Big time wins.
Join us, play along. Seriously, use promo code PODSWRAP. Scan that QR code or go to underdogfantasy.com. Use promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Get that 100% deposit match up to $100. Anything else for us tonight, Jim?
No.
What are we doing tomorrow on the radio? A show?
Doing a show. We're doing a radio show. Crazy NBA games tonight. You
should start an NBA channel.
Lakers and Knicks. Oh my goodness.
No, not Lakers and Lakers and Knicks.
It's funny because today on the radio show we're like, these playoffs have been.
These games suck.
First weekend, every game was boring. Today was like
now it's like
amazing games. The Knicks Sixers, amazing. Lakers Nuggets, amazing.
That's why they script them. They scripted it after the bad script earlier this weekend. They had to script something good like tonight.
I mean, yeah. The only game that sucked was the Cavs Magic game. No one's watching that on NBA TV.
No, literally, we were somehow in the studio and I wasn't watching it.
Right. Whatever.
Oh, I like this, Chad. Will you guys have any live in-person shows for the next Padres homestand? The answer is yes.
Yes.
Every Friday home game, we are at the Naughty Barrel, which is just about 2 blocks from Petco. It's a great spot. I've been there a ton over the years. in San Diego. It's a terrific sports bar. It's a great place to hang and tailgate before the game. So why don't you just hang and tailgate with us 3 to 6 Friday to open up that homestand against the Phillies on Friday night. We're going to be, I haven't been there yet for a broadcast this season because I had the NCAA tournament for one game and then I was at home last week, but I'm pumped to get out there Friday. I really am.
Friday at the Naughty Barrel, starting at 4 p.m. barbecue. And they have happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. I'm telling you guys, I know John, but they have amazing sides, the potato salad, the macaroni and cheese, or the macaroni salad. My mouth is watering. And they also have the collard greens with the beans. Oh my God. And then they have smoked turkey, smoked brisket, homemade barbecue sauce, 2 different kinds. Dude, it is starting at 4 o'clock on Friday. Be at the Naughty Barrel. Be at the Naughty Barrel. Come hang out with us. We're out in the patio, right on the street. They have so much good food there. But the barbecue starting at 4 p.m. on Friday. Oh, dude. Yeah, their wings too, bro. Hit us up. Come to Naughty Barrel. We'll be there. Beer. They have over 100 selections of beer at the Naughty Barrel. About 100. So,
and we'll have a chance to win a prize or two. So join us because I got some prizes here.
I got some prizes too.
Yes, from some of our partners, like our friends over at FOCO. So
got stickers, John and Jim stickers, and
everything. Yeah. Where are those John and Jim stickers? I was going to ask you about that.
I have them still. I need to. They've just been in my bag.
Okay. We'll give some stickers out if you join us on Friday. We'll have some giveaways too if you join us in person Friday at Naughty Barrel.
Come on by. We had a bunch of people come on by last Friday when John wasn't here. And said hi, hung out for a bit. And if you want a John and Jim sticker, some merch, come on by. We'll give you a couple stickers.
Love that. All right, so join us tomorrow, San Diego Sports 760 iHeartRadio app, or search for John and Jim 760 on YouTube. We've got a channel for our 3 to 6 radio show, Monday through Friday. We'll be talking about Padres, Rockies, getting you ready for Game 2. By the way, again, if you are first time here or haven't subscribed or a long time here, please subscribe. Trying to get to 6,100 subscribers by the end of this series. We need your help. I'm talking to Padres fans. If you have not subscribed and you hear my voice right now, please subscribe. Also, how many likes do we have right now, Joe?
Well, John, I pull it up. Over 100. We have 114 likes. We see everybody. Likes. I mean, we have almost 300 people watching us this entire time. If you've been watching us, again, like I said, these are anonymous likes. If you're scared to like our channel, okay, and you think that we're going to see you, we're not. We need the likes. The likes help us with the algorithm. And we would very much appreciate everybody to like these episodes because it helps us with our algorithm. That's the truth.
Find us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you for the super thanks. If you're here on replay, thank you for the memberships, those that click join down below. Thank you for supporting our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, our title sponsor. If you have an insurance need, Mark can help and save you money. Aura, if you're looking to get healthier, check them out at ora.organic. And again, use promo code PODSWRAP. Scan that QR code on screen. Get a 100% deposit match up to $100 at Underdog Fantasy. Go to underdogfantasy.com or scan that QR code. Use promo code PODSWRAP. All right, guys. For Jim, I'm John. We will see you tomorrow night on the wrap-up show, tomorrow afternoon on the radio. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Peace out, brother.